Hello, I'm Carolyn Gazella, the publisher of the Natural Medicine Journal. Today our topic is detoxification. Before we begin, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this topic, who is Quicksilver Scientific. My expert guest today is Dr. Christopher Shade. He's a leading expert on the topic of human detoxification and liposomal delivery systems, which we will also be talking about. Dr. Shade, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, we're going to be talking about your detoxification protocol, but first of all, I'd like to know, are there any myths or misconceptions that healthcare practitioners have in general when it comes to detoxification?
Well, you know, there was a time when I thought all they had was myths and and wrong thoughts. When I got into this, I came in for metals detoxification. And there was a lot of what I call mythology at the time. There was this belief that metals would never leave the body unless you went in with a chelator, like metal toxicity was a chelator deficiency. And because they were using that as their tool, they built up this sort of mythology around the need for chelators for detoxification of metals, which you do not need. There was also a lot of mythology around the way that you test for metals and this idea that you need a provocation test where you take a chelator and that's solubilizing metals and making you pee out a lot more metal. And they thought that that was the only way to see the metals that were in you. And there is a very natural system for getting rid of metals. It focuses around glutathione and the glutathione system. And as long as we have advanced testing systems that are very accurate at low levels, we don't need to force the issue with a challenge test. So there was these myths around metal detoxification, and then on the other hand you had this sort of older naturopathic theories of detoxification sort of come to us from the eclectic herbalists of Europe, where everything was just turning up urinary flow and bile flow and GI flow, and that was going to detoxify you. And so what I work to do is bring together understanding of the cellular mechanisms for detoxification, how glutathione is used for moving metals out, how other enzymes in that family are used for getting things out of the cell and into circulation, and then coupling that with what used to be called drainage therapy, these old European ways of increasing urinary outflow, bile flow, GI flow. So bringing those together into a holistic, a complete theory of detoxification and supporting that then with products.
And now, is that the key difference between your protocol and what's out there now, this focus on glutathione, or what are some of the key differences?
Well, if we go to the metal side, this getting away from the pharmaceutical chelators, DMSA, DMPS, they were used for mercury, arsenic, cadmium for a long time. And unfortunately, the sickest people, those were too strong for. And so let's build the innate detoxification based on laying out all the science that we have on how these reactions all couple together, what kind of things block these reactions, what kind of supplements turn them up. There's really a wealth of data out there, and that really wasn't compiled into an effective system. So we had this new system based on your innate detoxification, and we've even had several independent groups like Gordon Medical Clinic test our metal detoxification against what they're used to, the IV DMPS, and they said it was as good, if not better, in terms of how much metal it got out. But you'll see that this building the system up from the inside has all these secondary benefits. Your immune system depends on glutathione. Aging processes are inversely related to glutathione. As they go down, aging increases. Growth factors depend on this. So this holistic approach to the metal detoxification was the true holistic way to go with it, and it was extremely effective. And so dispelling that and differentiating away from those metal detox methods was our first thing. But then we brought in other toxins like plastics, mold toxins, and we created a system for setting up detox. Here are the things you need to support the cellular reactions involved in getting rid of this toxin. Then here is the GI support you need for it. Here's the liver or kidney support. We have kind of a framework to set up all of the detox methods now, and so we're bringing together what was very disparate. Either people were, working on the GI tract but not paying attention to the cellular reactions, or they might do something with the cellular reactions but not understand how they need to be coupled with liver function and GI function. So having a whole map of the necessary components and then supplying them is the essential difference that we have.
Hello, Prime My Body. Dr. Christopher Shade here to bring you the ultimate detox system. I grew up in a pretty toxic place, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, one of the biggest steel mills in North America. Every morning, every day, every night, I'm breathing in the fumes that are belching out of the blast furnaces there. I had a very overzealous dentist who filled my mouth with dental mercury amalgam. How does one deal with this? Not very well in today's modern world. Better living through chemistry was the moniker in the 50s. It's come back to bite us now. What does detoxification mean for you? Toxins like metals, mold toxins, pesticides, herbicides, they work on us at a cellular level. They stop our ability to generate energy. They lower our adrenal function, our mitochondrial function, and very importantly, they lower our cognitive function. And they hit things inside of us which create anxiety, brain fog, confusion. All the while we're drinking coffee, trying to keep up with the demands on us daily. How do we get out from underneath this? We need proper detoxification. This has been my life's work. The last 10 years at Quicksilver Scientific, I've been developing the best, most efficient detoxification system. And I've brought all that down from the 8-10 different products I've used before into 2 simple products. Successful detoxification all comes down to effectively grabbing toxins, moving them through the liver, out into the GI tract, and then catching them in the GI tract so they don't reabsorb. This 2-part system features Liver Clear. It's got 4 major parts in it to stabilize the liver, turn up the phases of detoxification, grab the toxins, and then shuttle them down with the bile flow into the GI tract, where Mega Binder comes in with its broad spectrum toxin binding ability to wipe all those up and take them safely out of the body. Don't worry now about all you've heard about detox backfires, detox flush problems, because we've tied everything up into a nice discrete loop. Now you can have very effective detoxification to open you up, free yourself from the things that are burdening you, and you can have what is your birthright, your natural, vibrant energy and a vibrant mind.